Welcome to another edition of Chaplain John with Chaplain John Sayers, featuring special reports and interviews with people doing kingdom ministry in Tulare County and beyond. And now, here's Chaplain John.
Hey, today is January 6th, and some of us look at this day as we call it King's Day or Epiphany, the day of Epiphany. Now, Epiphany means, one of the meanings of Epiphany is like the light bulb goes on, like, oh, I get it. It's like, ow, I'm having an epiphany. Epiphany. But Epiphany, also, some people call this King's Day, and it occurs after the season of Christmas. Now, when Christmas started to be celebrated, and it wasn't always celebrated, by the way. Easter was. Christmas came along later. Epiphany happened on like if Christmas is the 25th, then Epiphany would be 13 days later or 12 days after that. It would be January 6th. And one of the scriptures, you would look at Matthew chapter 2, 1 through 12, and you would read about the kings or the wise men or the magi coming to Jesus. And we, by the way, really quick, got to remind ourselves this. They did not show up at his birth. We always put him in the nativity scene, which is fine, but they didn't show up until maybe Jesus might have been 2 or 3 years old. Remember, when they saw the star, that's when they started their journey. And by the time they got to Bethlehem, they got to be Jesus. Jesus might have been 2, 3 years old. In fact, he wasn't in the manger, and he's in a house now when they see them. And when they see this baby Jesus, and we don't know how many, whether 3, 2, we don't know. We think of the 3 gifts that they gave to Jesus. That's why we think of 3. But there may have been less, there may have been more. I don't know. But they have an epiphany. They see this little kid, this little toddler, and they know this is God. And they bow down and worship him. And they give him gifts of gold, gifts for a king. They give him frankincense, gifts for a priest. And they give him myrrh. Now that would have been interesting if you were there watching this. Myrrh is used for funeral preparations. Wow. Did they have an epiphany that this great king, this high priest of priests, he came to die for us? Well, they give them the gifts. And then in a dream, they don't go back to Herod, read all of it, because Herod wants to know. First they see Herod because they assume a king must be born in a palace. And Herod goes, oh, when you go find him, let me know where, because I want to worship him too. He doesn't. And you read on what's going on after that. But they're warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, and they leave. And I could bet they're spreading the word that they've had this epiphany. They've seen the light. And oh, what a light it is. You know what's interesting? There are some customs that people in parts of our country, or even our country and other parts of the world, where they do not have Christmas presents on Christmas Day. Isn't that interesting? Now, my sister-in-law, Linda, said, remember that the night before Christmas and all that story, and I should have checked out the date when that came, because prior to that time, Christmas gifts were normally, the tradition was to give the gifts on a gift-giving day, or Epiphany, or King's Day. There are some people that still honor that tradition. On Christmas, they have a grand celebration. It's a fantastic celebration, but they don't give out gifts. Wow, what if we went back to that tradition? We celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Jesus's birth, light coming to the world, just like we do with Easter. Oh, great celebration. 12 days we have a great celebration. Have a great feast. Gain a lot of weight. I don't know. But then on Epiphany, that's when we give out gifts. Wouldn't that be something? Often thought if we would have done that, if Eric and Andrew, when they were talking to their friends, what'd you get for Christmas? What'd you get for? Oh, well, we don't give out. What if they would have said, Oh, we don't give presents on Christmas Day. You don't? That's terrible. Why? And goes, oh, we get presents, but we give it on Epiphany, on King's Day. They go, what is that? And then they have an opportunity to share with them about Jesus. What a great tradition. But today, in the midst of this chaos going around us today, and there's a lot of chaos, uh, we still don't, I mean, look, we still don't know who our president's going to be. We still don't know what's going on. The pandemic is still getting to us. But I want to encourage you to experience the light, experience that Jesus is with us. He came, He's here, He will come again. And that's going to get us through all the chaos. Out of the chaos really comes His order. In the beginning, when He created everything, it was all void. And then He created His order. And by the way, you and I were created in His image to give Him glory. We can do that even in the chaos of the world today. We can give, and we need to give God glory. Happy Epiphany. See you next time.